Hi Patreon, I hope you're all doing well. It is the weekend. I had my birthday last week, so thank you very much for everyone that used my buy two get one free code. Don't forget Patreon, you guys have got the code valid to buy two get one free. Even if you've already used it last week with the Joe 50, you can use it again this week until this weekend. So if you want to go over there and you've not had a chance, I've still got items in the sale section as well. Just thought I'd give that a mention. Some of the items I've took off because they're newer products, but otherwise there's a free for all over there, so go and help yourselves. And I will just give you a head up as well. I'll post the pictures up on here in a little chat, the Q&A as well. Tour de Fleece or Tour de Force is in July, and every year I do Tour de Fleece. And I do theme votes, usually on my Instagram, which I will be doing anyway, but I'll put it down for a vote on Patreon as well. It will be, usually I do rovings and I do batts, 100 gram rovings, 100 gram batts, and I do a bumper pack, which works out a little bit cheaper, so you get a roving and a batt together. So I generally go for 4 colour themes. I think I'm just going to stick with 3 colours or colour combinations this year, just to make it a little bit easier for me. But there will be a vote up of the different types of colour inspirations that you can opt for. So watch out for that on here. I will put a post up, and it'll be a Q&A one as well. So please really love it and appreciate it if you could put something up on the Q&A for this month, so at least I've got something to talk about in the next video. It could be about anything. You throw anything you want at me and I will answer it. It doesn't have to be fibre related, it could be anything. Okay, so what I thought I would do is was it back in March I made this art bat up. And I've got the other half of the art bat, or the other half of the roving that I used to go in this. So this, really pretty, these lovely peachy colours with this tealy blue through it, and it was called Tropicana. That's 157 grams there, and it's got Perendale wool, Blue-Faced Leicester, Kid Mohair Tweedy Viscose, Tussar Silk, Mobley Silk, and 23 micron count Merino, which was the hand-dyed bit of it, okay? So you can just see like the little textures. And this one was done with just a hint of Tweedy, not much. You can just make out the little nappy bits in there. There's nothing to really be concerned about. It's not going to cause any problems or pop out everywhere. But you've got this lovely sort of very soft minty yellowy green, and then you've got the aqua, and then it goes all the way around into the peachy orange, which is really pretty, dead fresh, really summery. But what I thought I would do is the bling version of it. Okay, so I will put that card back in there so I don't lose it. So that's the one we've got, so I'll put that over there, and I'm gonna make a different version of the same one, but it's going to be more duck egg blue, a little bit of sparkles. We'll pull these out of my basket. There we go. And that. So I'm trying to get to the roving that I used originally. So there you go. 23 micron count merino. You can see there's a softer shade, and then it's going into this gorgeous pastel blue. I love these colours. I've been infatuated with these colours since last year. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll do a bling version. So what we're going to do is I'm going to split this into my usual 3 sections, okay? Really thin, skinny sections. And we're just going to split it from tip to tail. Really easy. You know how it works. Generally, I do 3 splits on a hand dyed. Sometimes I do 4 and sometimes I do 2. But 3 is my go-to. I just think it gives a really nice distribution of fibres and colours throughout as I'm working. And then we're going to go again and split that. There we go. So I'm going to split that all the way down. I am still working on the book. You have to bear with me. I'm getting to that point where I'm running out of ideas for roving prep to spin. So I am getting to that point where I'll be going into the batt section. And then I have to bulk the book out a little bit more as well with some other bits and pieces in there. So bear with me. I am still doing it. I've not been too great lately. A few of you are aware. I've been investigating to find if I've got angina. So it's knocking the socks off of me for the last few months. So you have to bear with me because I get some days where I have absolutely no energy whatsoever. So yes, I'll be getting these attacks. They're a little bit like angina. So it's part and parcel of getting old, isn't it, girls? Anyway, so we've got this. All right. So that's been put to one side. And now I've also picked out these tones. So I'll put that one in there. They're all slightly different tones of each other. Look at that. I thought, well, that's really pretty. I've got a little bit of peppermint. I have got some really soft blue with trilobal in it, and I'm debating whether to use that. Don't think I will actually. I think I'm going to put this back. I'll put that over here. We have got this blend, which is perfect. I think it's viscose and merino, and it's got a bit of bamboo in that as well. So we'll go with that and that and that. We'll get rid of this one with the trilobal in it, and I will just use Angelina that we've got over here. I'm gonna go and opt for, let me see, no, there's that, let me see, what have we got here? This is a faux mohair. That'll do. We've got some faux mohair. We will use that instead of that Marina Angelina. I think that'll be really, really pretty. Look at that. Really lovely. It is a plastic man-made fibre, but if you're susceptible to itchy, halo and things like that, it's a good alternative to using mohair. So the faux cashmere, the faux mohair, there's other couple of other faux as well, but they're really they're good for putting in vegan blends as well if you're into doing that sort of thing. But yeah, it's a nice alternative, and because it's like a nylon based man-made fibre, it's got a little bit more wear and tear in that as well, so it's probably a little bit ideal if you want to make some sort of fluffy-ish socks or something. I don't know. Anyway, put that there, split this one again into 3. I'll tilt you down a bit so you can see what I'm doing instead of just looking at my pretty face. Right, so my scales are there, move your scales out of the way. So there's my 3 blend fibres. I want to split this into 3 sections. I'm going to split it from tip to tail because it's only a short piece. It's not massively long. And then I've got my next colour. This one's a bit longer, so I can split that into 3 that way. And this one I will split lengthways, tip to tail. Right, so need to just figure out my colour order, and I think I'm going to go with the darker pastel-y teal. Then I've got this dusky duck egg, and then I have got this aqua, and then I have got the peppermint, which I'll use as a bit of a highlight. Okay, we've got those and those, and we've got our faux fibre. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll put that on the bottom layer as well. So I'm just going to quickly whiz my carder through my comb brush through my drum carder. Okay, just bear with me a second. I always go through my drum carder with my drum carder with my paddle, especially if I've worked over the weekend. I always start off with a clean board. I never carry on without cleaning it out. It's just part and parcel of who I am. It's just from the industry I used to be in. Just clean up your mess before you start. Then there's no cross-contamination. There we go. Have I got it all? I have. Especially if you're blending and you've used Angelina beforehand and you want to blend another batt and you don't want any Angelina in there at all, then you've got to just get into the habit of tidying up after yourself before you go any further. Okay, right, fluffing my mouth already, I haven't even started. So I'm going to start with these colours as my base layer, the blues and things like that, these duck eggy blues. So I'm going to, simple as anything, just open it up. There we go. Right, and then we go with this one right next to it, and I always see how there's a layer there, it's very, very thin. I always overlayer, and the reason I overlayer, another little top wrap, is so that when I'm spinning with it, or I know the customer's going to spin with it, I know that they're going to get a really subtle transition of colour when they're spinning with the bat, and not just a whoosh and a massive quick change. So it literally strips from one to the other. I like it to make sure that there's a nice flow, an even flow between the colours. So that's just sitting just over the top of this one that stopped on the second. I know you can barely see the difference, and that's what I love about these colours. And now I'm going to get this little sliver of green, and I'm going to go right over this side. Tiniest little stripe. Isn't that pretty? So we've done that. I'm going to get my faux mohair and I'm going to splay that across. I'm going to do that now. There we go. Then I'm going to get this. And I'm going to start with the blue on my darker section, working my way along the page. And I'll just keep going like that all the way along. And because we've done really thin sections, that roving that I was working with before that I split up was only 50-gram roving. So because I've split that 50-gram roving up into 3 long strips, I don't really need to faff it out. And to be fair, I know for a fact that this wool's not felted. It's not been sat in storage or squashed up in a box or anything like that. It's literally been waiting for me to find a project for it. So I can literally card it all the way through, and fingers crossed I don't end up with a section that's jamming on the tines. There we go. And that was really, it's a really lovely transition of colour. Let me pull you over a bit. Can you see how the duck eggs are fading through ever so subtly onto that board? Oh yeah, the back of the drum. So now I'm going to add in my luxury blend with the viscose and the bamboo and 23 micron count merino blend, and we're going to splay that across there. So now we've got mint in there, we've got peppermint, we've got turquoise, we've got white, we've got duck egg blue. We've just got a different transition of colours going in, so it just gives it a little bit of highlights without taking away too much of the character that I've blended. Do you get my drift? So we're going to do that again. So we're going to go back in with the darker blue, and we're going to open that up because I want that to spread over to about here, not quite halfway over, but because it's quite a nice thick piece, I want it to sort of have a bit more dominance over here, like that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my thin strip, this one here, And again, see, this bit is going to layer. See how I've got that to there? It's going to sit just over that section there. And then I can roll it down a little bit and just feed it over. There we go. And then we're going to go for this aqua colour, and again, there is the edge of my colour, there is my roving, so it's sitting just over the end of that colour change, so it gets a nice flow without it being a sudden colour jerk of change. So, and then that in there. Right, so I'm going to go back in with my faux fibre, my faux mohair. And I was going to stick some Angelina in, so I'm going to go with this one, Mint Sparkle, but I'm not going to just put it, I'm going to put some Mint Sparkle here, over in the middle now, and then have I got a peachy one? Oh, this one will do. I have got some of this Blaze crystal, so we'll put a little bit of this in, we'll put that over here, put that there, save that for the next bit. What else we got? Blue, peach, gold, what else we got? Pink, silver, crystal again, raspberry. Have I got no more? Crystal sparkle, purple. Right, I have got a little, we'll use this tickle pink, just a little bit of the tickle pink though, I think. I thought I had some orangey one left, but I suppose it's as close to orangey as you're going to get, so we're going to do that like that. And I'm just going to leave that on there for now. I'm not going to bother brushing it off, so we're going to go in with the next piece. Okay. And I'm just going to start over here because I know that the blue's going to end up over there in a minute, so I'll just start from this end with the peach. Right, and then we'll go over with this merino, nettle, bamboo, viscose blend straight over the top of there. Now I'm going to get my packing brush. There we go. So I've made sure that any Angelina that was left on here is now blended. Oh, a minute, stuck in the sides there. Is now blended into the next layer of the batt, and then this will be more or less the last one now. So we're going to put this on here and move those Angelinas up my way. I'm going to open that up, and again, as I say, I want to make sure and now the next blue, I'm going to put that You can tell my drum's getting thick now. This is only about 150 grams of fibre. It's not a lot. And then we're going to go in with the aqua green, and then the little bit of peppermint that we have got left. Go in with my faux fibre. I'm going to go in with my packing brush again just to get this fibre off the front liquor. There we go. And now I'm going in with the last second. I didn't see this in here. Take that out. I won't need that because I'm doing this. So I'm going to take that off there. Start with the peachy side again. And then we'll stick on the Angelina. With the crystal Angelina again over here, a little bit of this peachy pink one, just a little bit will do. I don't want to overface it. Put that in there, and then some of this mint sparkle, and again put that there. I don't mind that there's still a load on the front of the brush. You can see that there in the liquor. I'm going to put this on next, and then we are going to pack our fibres. There we go. And now use your packing brush or your hand carder, whatever you use, and then pack that down, and then start grabbing the Angelina as it comes around. At the same time you're cleaning the liquor and you're making sure all the ingredients that you picked to one side and weighed out for are all going on together. Okay, that looks really, really pretty. So let's just move this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to take this off. And do the roly-poly and drag that through, catching all the fibres. Just makes it easier to get it off the back of your drum in one clean swoop without leaving a ton of fibres behind. Okay, oh. Right, so it's off the board, off the drum carder, sorry, blending board, my brain's thinking today. Right, there we go. Look at that. That is so pretty. And then behind we have that fade. It's so sweet. If this doesn't sell on the website, I will use it for a spinning video, I think. It's so pretty. So I'm just gonna fold that over, fold that over. There we go. And then we'll compare them side by side. So I'll just roll that up. So that's the one we've just made. Look how pretty that is. A little bit of bling in there. And then this is the one that I made earlier. So, even though they've been made slightly different, but started off with more or less the same sort of colour in mind, but then you've just explored, you've got one that's more orangey and then one that's more blue. And they could pair up together. And that's the whole point of being able to blend your own fibres. You might not have a lot of something that maybe you've hand dyed or bought from somebody like myself, a wool dyer, but you might be able to split it because you've got quite a lot of stash that you can actually make the colours work together and create some sort of striping pattern work, or have complementary colourways in your jumper or in your weavings, and that you can build from that as well. So there you go. So one's a bit blingy, one's a tiny little bit neppy, but it's got no bling in it. And one's more blue and peach, and one is more orangey peach with a hint of blue. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that video today. It's just a matter of just forward thinking and having a look to see what you've got, that you can turn one of the batts into more of that, and then the other one into more of that, and then they'll still work together, no problems, but they've both got their own unique identity. Like siblings. They're not twins, they're sisters. Anyway, you take care of yourselves. I hope you like this video this week. If you, I'll put it down to a vote for you guys, what you want me to film for next week's videos. If you want another blending one, and I'll get on with getting my notes and things like that all typed up as well. Or if you fancy a dyeing video, though I haven't got a lot of stock in at the moment, I can do that. I could probably do getting some rovings dyed up anyway. So yeah, if you want me to do something like that, then let me know. Put it in the Q&A questions, the ones where I've got the vote up for the Tour de Fleece. The pre-orders for the Tour de Fleece will go up in the next week and a half. I always do it so you've got like 3 weeks in June, and then I can order the stock in and then get them posted out to you easily a week before the Tour de France, so that you've got it all there waiting for you. Anyway, you take care of yourselves. I shall speak to you soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, even though it's a private video, and it's a link only to the Patreon members. You are actually helping my algorithms on YouTube to be recognised and noticed. If you would like to share Patreon, you're more than welcome to, and see if you can help me find some new members for this community. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, there is now a yearly subscription. You can do 6 months. I think it's 6 months subscription on Patreon as members for either your £3 a month or £5 a month. I set it up a couple of months ago, but just to let you know in case you didn't realise. But that's it. Yeah, I'm definitely off now. I've got things to do. The sun doesn't know where it's coming and going today, and it's really hot and muggy outside. Anyway, bye for now. Toodle pips.